this one's going to linger. Get comfortable. Let the cold fade away. Slow down, breathe it in, and when you're ready, baby, dream of a new life.
Cabin Life, Borrowed Heat by Catherine Serafina. Chapter 3, Soft Work. There's something strange about wearing someone else's clothes. At first it feels temporary, like borrowing something you'll give back as soon as it's convenient. Like the mirror is in on the joke, but if you wear them long enough, that feeling fades. And what's left feels normal. I found the leggings folded at the foot of my cot one morning. Thick, black, practical, warm. My jeans were still on the hook by the door, stiff with cold from the night air, and the temperature inside the cabin hadn't climbed much past freezing yet. I told myself it made sense. Inside clothes, outside clothes. Nothing more than that. So I pulled them on. They were tighter than my jeans, hugging in places I wasn't used to feeling fabric cling. I adjusted the waistband, tugged the hem down, waited for the discomfort to spike. It didn't. If anything, it was probably a good thing I didn't have the boxers anymore. They would have bunched up uncomfortably under fabric this close-fitting. The briefs sat flat, barely noticeable, like they'd been meant for this. By the time I finished tying my boots, I'd stopped thinking about what I was wearing altogether. That bothered me more than it should have. Shane and Davis were gone most of the morning, checking traps and scouting farther down the ridge. I stayed behind, splitting my time between the stove and the slower work. Sweeping ash, wiping down surfaces, mending a tear in one of Shane's gloves. The leggings stayed on. The cabin stayed quiet. When they came back, Shane stamped snow from his boots and shrugged off his coat. "Didn't see anyone?" he said casually, like he was talking about the weather. Davis shook his head. "Tracks near the old road, but hold, we doubled back anyway." I nodded, like that was all perfectly normal, like it didn't tighten something in my chest every time they said things like that. The outside world existed in fragments now. Smoke seen from a distance, signs never followed, questions left unanswered. I was grateful, I realized, that they never asked me to come along. Later, while I was scrubbing the stovepipe, Shane came in and stopped short. He looked at me for a moment, not lingering exactly, but not moving on either, before setting a bucket of water down by my feet. "Careful," he said. "Soot's thick today." That was it. No comment, no joke. I watched him leave, unsettled by how much I'd noticed the absence of a reaction. The soreness started that night. A dull ache in my chest, low and persistent, like a bruise forming under the skin. I pressed my palm there experimentally, then stopped, embarrassed even though I was alone. I told myself it was from the cold, or from hauling water earlier, or from sleeping wrong. The itch followed soon after. Tight skin, sensitive to the brush of fabric. I didn't mention it. A few days later, when I caught my reflection in the bathroom mirror, I lingered longer than usual. My face looked tired, but softer somehow, less sharp around the edges. I leaned closer, tilting my head, trying to decide if anything had actually changed, or if I was just learning how to look at myself differently. I didn't get an answer. The work shifted without anyone announcing it. Shane started handing me smaller repairs, inventory lists, things that required patience more than strength. Davis brought me items to fix instead of fixing them himself. I didn't question it. I liked doing the work well, liked finishing something and knowing it was done right. At some point, I noticed the way the leggings moved when I walked. The smooth slide of fabric, the faint brush of my legs against each other with every step. It was different from jeans, different from the stiff separation I was used to, pleasant even. I caught myself paying attention to it before forcing my focus back to the task at hand. It was just the clothes, I told myself, just fabric doing what fabric does. I even caught myself humming sometimes, quiet, tuneless sounds that filled the space when the cabin was empty, the silence felt less sharp that way. Once, while I was bent over the table sorting supplies, Davis brushed past me and nudged my hip lightly. "You're getting used to the soft stuff," he said, not teasing, just stating a fact. "I don't really have a choice," I said. He didn't argue. That night, while I was washing up, I noticed my hair falling into my eyes again. It had been doing that more lately, growing faster than I remembered, thicker, harder to ignore. I pulled it back with my fingers and held it there, studying the reflection. It looked different. Not dramatic, just enough. When I turned back to the sink, there was a hair tie sitting beside my toothbrush. I stared at it for a long moment before picking it up. The next morning, I used it. I've started writing these entries later now, after Shane and Davis are asleep. The dark makes things feel more honest, or maybe it just makes it easier to admit what I already know. My body is changing, slowly, quietly, in ways I can feel before I can see. And the strangest part isn't the clothes, or the soreness, or the way the cabin has reorganized itself around me. It's how natural it all feels once I stop resisting it. How the work fits, how the rhythm holds. I still tell myself I'm just adapting, just surviving. But some nights, when the stove crackles low and the world outside feels impossibly far away, I wonder if that's the whole truth. Because the thought of going back out there, back to whatever's left, doesn't feel like relief anymore. It feels like interruption.
Thank you for watching. I think I'm starting to notice things differently.
Still lost in the dream, aren't you? Don't worry. I've got plenty more where that came from. Sweet, sexy, transformative little dreams. All just a click away. And if you're craving the naughty versions, the ones too hot for YouTube, you know exactly where to find them. On my Patreon. I'll be waiting, gorgeous.